Derek Nighbor is standing by. He's the president and CEO of the Forest Products Association of Canada. He is in the capital today. Derek, it's good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Todd.
So, what's the takeaway here for you and for the industry, this extra 10%? What does it mean?
Yeah, it's tough. So the 10%, we've already had softwood lumber duties now that have been increased to 35%. So this 10 is on top of that. So for the softwood lumber industry, we're looking at a 45% additional cost to ship lumber across the border. And, you mentioned kitchen cabinets, wood upholstered furniture. This is new for those segments, but this is on top of the existing drama and chaos we've already been seeing on lumber.
Yeah, what kind of strain is this putting? What are you hearing from your members, Derek?
Yeah, people are really frustrated. Like this is why we need some kind of a deal that's going to work for Canadians at the Canada-U.S. trade table. All I'm hearing, the last week since the Prime Minister's visit to Washington, is we don't know where we stand right now. I heard the industry minister the other day talking about priorities at the U.S. table being steel and aluminum and energy, and workers in our sector are saying, "What about us?" And there's two frustrations here. There's the frustration that this is happening. This is completely unnecessary. The U.S. needs our lumber, but the second frustration is just not knowing right now where we stand with the federal government, and we need more urgency from the feds.
Yeah, so realistically, I know you're pretty connected when it comes to politics. What would you like to see from the federal government? What can Mark Carney do?
Yeah, well, so in terms of the U.S. trade talks, lumber being a priority at the table with steel, with aluminum, with autos, and with energy. That's our first ask. And I have to say, our ongoing conversations with federal officials, with negotiators, has been good. But the challenge in the last week is when the cameras are on, they're not talking about lumber. And that's, our labor partners at Unifor and steelworkers, our mayors in our communities are all calling to say, what the heck is going on here? So we need a bit of a reset here with the feds to get back to the table with the industry in Canada so we have greater insight to what's going on. We get this is complex. There are a lot of balls in the air here. But in the last week, our workers in forestry are not feeling like we're a priority.
Yeah, and other markets, people talk about this. Oh, well, we can just send the lumber elsewhere. But as you know very well, that is very difficult to do, to sort of rewrite and rewire the whole, the trade strategy that we've got in the lumber industry.
Well, yeah, this is like a decades-long marriage where you're saying, the partner wakes up and says, well, we don't think we want to keep doing this anymore. This is an integrated supply chain that's been built over decades, and the Americans need our wood. And I watched that storm ripping through the northeast of the United States. They're going to need to be doing some rebuilding there, and the quick access they can get to quality wood products from Canada is a great solution. It's not a national security risk, as the president has said with the introduction of the Section 232 tariffs. So two things here. Those negotiations need to have lumber as a priority, and we need to see more urgency. And my ask of the feds is we need a reset here because our workers and our mayors and heads of the chambers of commerce in our communities are feeling we're not a priority right now.
Derek Nighbor joining us from Ottawa. He's the president and CEO of the Forest Products Association of Canada. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Todd. Take care.